Good morning, guys. I'm so glad you are able to join me today. And we're doing Module 4, Lesson 36. And as always, before we get started, I want us to say thank you to everyone that is around us and appreciate everything that we have. Today, the objective of the lesson is to decompose the number 10 using 5 group drawings and a record and each decomposition with a subtraction equation, which means that we're going to break apart number 10 using a 5 group way in our subtraction equation, but we are also going to be using pictures and drawings. Some of the materials you'll be needing for today's lessons are loose leaf paper, something to write with, your math book, your number bond chart, and anything around the house, about 10 pieces. So the application problems, I'm going to read the story twice, and you'll pause the video and do the application problem, and we'll come back together to see if it is correct or not. And if you got the answer wrong, it's okay. Just watch the way I do it, and then it will explain how come you got the answer different, and you can fix it. So the problem goes, Daha had 10 building blocks. He shared 4 blocks with his friends. How many blocks did he still have? Make a number bond and a number sentence about the story. Once again, Daha had 10 building blocks. He shared 4 blocks with his friends. How many blocks did he still have? Make a number bond and a number sentence about the story. So I use the squares to show that they are blocks. So at this time, you can pause the video and solve the problem. So I showed the blocks as a square, and from the story, we have 10, right? We did 5 group way. We have 5 at the top, 5 at the bottom. Makes it 10. He shared 4 of his blocks with his friend. So to show that he shared it or he gave it away, I'm going to put X on the blocks to show that he shared it with his friend. You guys, you don't have to put an X. You can erase it, or you can put like a circle, like a previous lesson from yesterday, circle around the number of blocks that he gave away, whichever is easy for you. So I put 4 X's on 4 of the blocks to show that they were given away. How many are left? So I have 5. I'm going to use a counting on method and make it 6 after that. So 5, 6. So he still has, and he gave 4 away. So to make the number bond, I know from the story he has 10, right? He started off with 10 and he decided to give 4 away. So I'm going to cross 4 off to show that he gave 4 blocks away, which means he is left with these 6. So the 6 up here represents the 6 blocks up here to that shows that he still has that left. So we were supposed to write a number sentence, I believe, and let's do that. So I'm going to write the number sentence, like, so we know we started off with 10. We use minus to show takeaway. How many did we put an X mark on? 4. So I'm going to put 10 minus 4, and then it's going to be the answer 6, right? And our number sentence matches the number bond that we have. So let's go to the next slide, which is our lesson. So this one is a bit different, so I just need you guys to put all your materials away. We'll do the first one together, and the next one we will also do together, but you are going to do it along with me. This one we are just watching. So Melanie had, Melanie had 10 peaches. Draw her peaches in the 5 group way on your personal whiteboard. 4 of her peaches were not ripe. Ripe means they're not good to eat yet. They're still babies, Baby peaches are not, you can't eat them yet because they're not sweet. Circle and cross out 4 unripe peaches. How many peaches were ready to eat? Write a number bond and a number sentence to match your story. So let's do it. So I know Melanie have 10 peaches. So I drew the 10 peaches, right? In a 5 group way. Now, 4 of her peaches were not ripe. So I can choose any 4 and show that they're not good to eat yet. I have to circle and cross out 4 unripe peaches. So I'm going to cross them out first to show these 4 are the ones that are not good to eat yet. And then I'm going to put circle around them. So I put circle and I crossed it off to show that these 4 peaches are not good to eat yet. So the next question says, how many peaches were ready to eat? Which means any peaches that does not have the X mark or any peaches that are not inside the circle are good to eat. So let's figure out how many are there. I have 5, and I'm going to use counting on method, 6. I have 6 that are ready to eat. Now I'm going to write a number bond matching that. So the number bond that matches that is, I started off with 10, and then 4 were not good to eat, right? So I'm going to cross off 4 to show that 4 are not good to eat. And then I'm going to have 6 that are still good to eat, right? So now I have to write a number sentence to match my story, right? So I'm going to start. I have 10, right? Because I had 10. And then I decided to cross and circle 4. So I'm going to do that. And how many are left? 6. So the way it would go is 10 minus 4 equals 6. Our number bond matches the picture. Our number sentence matches the number bond and the picture. Just like right here. So let's get started to the next one. So this one, I want us to do it together because last one you saw me do it. So at this time, please take out your loose leaf paper or your notebook or your number bond chart on the clean side so we can get started. Gabriel had 10 toy cars. Draw squares in a 5 group way to show all of his cars. Okay, so I want you guys to draw now 10 cars. I don't have a picture of a car, but what I will be doing is I'm going to draw the shape. Instead, in math, you don't necessarily have to draw the cars. You just have to use different shapes or circles or lines to show the same thing. So I drew squares to represent the 10 cars, right? And I did it in 5 group ways. I have 5 at the top, 5 at the bottom. So the next part of the story is 2 of his cars had no wheels. So if you drew the cars, you can erase the wheels of the 2 cars, right? Cross off and then circle the cars with no wheels. So since I don't have cars, I'm just going to cross off and circle the 2 cars that have no wheels. In this case, if you guys already erased the wheels, for those of you who drew the cars, you can circle the 2 cars. And kids who are just doing circles, you can do a big circle around the 2 small circle that you crossed off. Now we're going to make a number bond using the picture, right? So for our number bond, you can now turn the side of the number bond if you're using the dry erase board. But if you're using a notepad or a notebook or loose leaf paper, you can just draw in the number bond underneath your picture. So now that we have our number bond, how many cars did Gabriel have in the beginning? Right? From the beginning, he had 10 cars. Then he found out that 2 of his cars didn't have wheels. So I'm going to put 2, right? Because I have 2 cars in a circles with an X mark. Just like that, I'm going to follow the same thing. I'm going to cross the 2 off to show that these 2 cars didn't have any wheels. How many cars still have wheels or they're still good? Let's count. I'm not going to count from 1 because I already know that in the top I have 5. So I have 5, 6, 7, which means, I'm sorry, I miscounted. I have 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 cars still good, right? So I know that 8 and 2 put together makes 10. But also 10 take away 2 is 8. So now let's get started with our problem set. Please put all of your materials away and we will get started with our problem set. Make sure you're in the right page and it says lesson problem set 36, lesson 36 problem set, and this is only for the students who have math book. So please make sure you put name and date on the both pages, this page and that page together. Today is 5-19-2020 and I have my name up already. So let's listen to the direction. It says fill in the number bond and the number sentence. Cross off the part that goes away. This is exactly the same thing that we did yesterday in our problem set. So this should be easy peasy and lemon squeezy. Stan had 10 blueberries. He ate 5 berries. How many berries are left? So they already drew the pictures of the blueberries and he has 10. He ate 5 berries. So I'm going to cross 5 off to show that 5 are gone, right? And how many blueberries are left? So we know that this is 5. It's super easy because this is a 5 group made 10 blueberries. So now let's fill in the number bond. So I started off with, well, Stan started off with 10. Then he ate 5, right? So I'm going to cross 5 off to show he ate 5. And then he has 5 left. So I'm going to write 5 to show that he had 5 left. So now I have to match my picture and my number bond to my number sentence. And it says blank minus blank equals blank. So I know I started off with 10 because in subtraction the big number goes first. And then after that goes how many was taken away. So I had 5 taken away. So now I have only 5 left. So now everything matches. I have the number bond, the number sentence, and the picture. They match each other. I want you guys to do the rest of them by yourself along with the little portion right here. This is just an extra practice to show if you can subtract the number. So now let's do the next page. And this is for the students who does not have the math book. Again, this is only for the students who does not have the math book. If you're already doing the problem set in your math book, you do not have to do this. Once again, please do not submit this page if you have math book. This is only for the students who does not have the math book. Same thing. Let's read the direction. It says fill in the number bond and the number sentence. Cross off the part that goes away. Mackenzie had 10 buttons on her jacket. 2 buttons broke off her jacket. How many buttons are left on her jacket? So same thing, I'm going to cross 2 off to show that they are broken. So now all I have to do is count, right? I have 5 at the bottom, 6, 7, 8. I started off with 10. Let's do the number bond. I started off with 10 and 2 of the buttons broke. So I'm going to put 2 that broke. And I'm going to cross it off to show that they're broken and they went away. And then I'm left with 8 good buttons. So I'm going to write 8. So now let's do our number sentence. We started off with 10, two of them broke, and then we are left with 8. So all three has to match. If one of the pictures doesn't match, meaning if your number bond doesn't match with your picture and your number sentence, then the whole problem is incorrect. It has to match together because they're all saying the same thing. Please complete the rest by yourself. Parents, please make sure to read and ask the proper questions to help your children how to do the subtraction problems. Um, Again, thank you so much for helping them and reading the questions to them, because this will allow them to allow these children to think on their own, and they'll be able to get used to what a subtraction looks like. And I know subtraction can be a bit tricky, but once again, please let them try their best. Even if the answer is wrong, ask them questions. It will allow them to fix the answer. And last but not least, today I would love to give shout out to Angel, because he always submits his work and he tries his best in ELA and foundation and math. So thank you, Angel, for all the work that you have done. Um, for the rest of us, don't forget, I appreciate you guys, everything that you do. And I cannot wait till I see you guys when school's in session. Until then, please stay safe. And do not forget to do iReady for 30 minutes of ELA and 30 minutes of math. And I'll see you guys. Bye.